Deputy Speaker, firstly, thank you to the Parliament team for the lovely note on the chair. Happy International Women's Day to all. Deputy Speaker, during the pandemic, the Ministry of Health received appeals from some couples to import their pre-implantation, genetically screened embryos stored overseas. In reviewing each appeal, the Ministry considered whether processes and standards employed by overseas assisted reproduction (AR) centres are aligned to Singapore's regulatory requirements under the licensing terms and conditions for AR services, ARLTCs. The Ministry may on exceptional basis allow importation of the embryos subject to conditions. And these conditions include 1. Declaration by the Overseas AR Centre that the relevant requirements under the ARLTCs, including the handling, processing and storage of the embryos, are adhered to. 2. That no other findings besides the presence or absence of chromosomal aberrations are reported. And 3. Proper documentation of the screening test results that were provided to the patient and attending physician in our local AR centres. Local AR centres which receive the tested embryos must also continue to ensure compliance with the ARLTCs.
Mr. Lewisham.
Thank you, sir. I thank PowerSec for the reply. Could I just ask whether we can make this more of a standard application? So rather than an appeal and on exceptional basis, could we just have an application form during this pandemic where the couples can't travel overseas to do their IVF? And during this period, can we have an application form where they can fill in to apply to transfer their embryos back to Singapore? Thank you.
I thank member for the clarification. Typically, the applicants or those who are asking for this will usually just write in to appeal to MOH, and we will provide them the answer and tell them what the necessary requirements. But we can certainly look into the suggestion and see how this information can be made more accessible and perhaps a form that is simplified for the purposes of this application.